You have the questions already. Wait a second. Okay, let's start. Today we're talking about fast fashion. Have you ever heard this thing before? Fast fashion? All right.
Yeah, maybe, yes.
Kind
It
of.
seems to be something that is fast, that changes so fast.
Exactly.
But let's keep going. Okay.
Okay, let's go. Question number 1. Sydney, think about a simple t-shirt. What are all the steps you imagine it took to get from a cotton field all the way to the store where you was sold?
Yes, well, think about it. Maybe I will try to resume it and emphasize my idea, my thought on fancy marks, that kind of mark or brands that is very famous. So I firstly, it's a complex global supply chain. I think normally it starts in some poor developing or third world countries, like for example, let's say about Brazil that had a great ideal climate to grow some plants, to grow this kind of crops. And then after this, Brazil export it for some other poor country like Thailand or, or other country that had a labor cost very low. For example, China, that its country used to manufacture, or knitting or doing the things in order to transform this cotton in a t-shirt. I think as some they used to do some maybe automatic process, use some maybe a machinery or considering, for example, Thailand or Vietnam, they used to do it in a hand. What can I say? Without machine, without use this kind of automatic process. But then after some process, they finish it and they send it for some maybe rich countries like Italy or France. That is a big polo, a fashion polo, and in these countries just put their label in this t-shirt or this kind of clothes, and then it used to its countries or companies used to sell it for maybe 10 or 12 times more than it used to cost. So that's it.
For sure, you reach some interesting points. I believe the same. I don't know the correct answer, but I believe that the the same process that you describe happens when you want to produce a t-shirt. Claudia, do you have anything to add? Anything that you thought about in this process?
Actually, I have no idea, but in my mind, the simple t-shirt goes through a long journey. Okay, it starts in a cotton field. The cotton is grown, and someone picked it and cleaned it. Then the fibers are going to the factory, and they do something magical. Maybe I don't know how. And finally, they sent to us in a stores to buy some t-shirts. I think so. I have no idea how to complement what Sydney said.
It's hard. We are so far away from this reality,
Mhm.
from this
So far away from
process.
me. I have no idea.
What about you, Almi? What do you think? Do you have anything to add?
Yes, I think about the same. Well, but let me try to think about this in a nutshell, like they say, summarizing. Um, the cotton plants, they are grown and they are harvested. They are harvested in a field. Okay. They then after being harvested, um they going through a process to be cleaned. The cotton, I mean, then the cotton, through a mechanical process, maybe turns into a thread. A thread, okay? This thread, also through mechanical process, turns into a fabric, okay? Tecido, and it's woven. The thread is woven. It's a very difficult verb to use. Weave, tecer. Weave, woven. Yes, that's correct. So the thread is woven and turns into fabric. Then the fabric is cut. They cut the fabric and they sew the fabric to turn into a t-shirt. Then all the t-shirts are transported into stores to be sold. That's what I thought. Okay. The hard
I
word to
learned.
remember here is the woven, because it's the best participle of the verb weave. Weave, tecer. So anyway, that was my
I love
answer.
it.
And you
I just learned a new verb because I didn't know the verb tecer is what? Remember me, please.
weave.
Weave.
It starts with W.
Weave.
Yes,
Like,
weave.
oh,
WEAVE.
nice. Thank you
Weave.
for bringing this.
Yes, weave, wove, woven. That's the verb. So the
If you
thread is
said
woven.
any word, I would not understand, but all right.
And I said also sew. Sew, the verb is to sew,
So
costurar. It's the sewn, the fabric is sewn into t-shirts.
nice, nice. All right, so we just learned how to make a simple t-shirt in English with our description. We described the process. So let's go ahead and go to question number 2, guys. Let's talk about the term fast fashion. What is the appeal of being able to buy new, trendy, and inexpensive clothes so often? What are the hidden costs, Claudia?
The main appeal of fast fashion is convenience, maybe. People love being able to buy stylish clothes and low price. And it allow us to refresh our wardrobes more frequently. So follow trends is easily. However, the hidden costs are significant, like environmental pollution, unfair conditional labor conditional, the people who works with this to be the low costs, okay? I think many fast fashion brands rely on cheap labor in the production process often cause damage to the planet, okay? So while the price tag seems so small, the real cost is paid by workers and environmental, in my opinion, of course. I think it is way.
For sure, for sure. And some of these costs we will have to pay in the future, not
Yeah,
exactly right now, like the environmental cost.
future generations are our future as well.
For sure. In my opinion, I think the appeal is that in the end of everything is that we want to belong. Everybody wants to belong. So the appeal is that you need to buy because you need to own that t-shirt that everybody has because you need to belong. I think this feeling of needing to belong to the society drives us to do a lot of things that we don't think through, like buying clothes in fast fashion and damaging the environment, for example. Almir, what do you think? What is your opinion?
both of you, took the words right out of my mouth. I don't know what to say, but I think it's a constant cycle of new arrival in the market. You understand? Most people want to have the latest styles. They uh, they buy new clothes all the time. So that's the appeal. The constant change cycle. Okay, but the bad part about this is must be people working in bad conditions to produce a lot, and also the fabric. It's goes through. It is to dye. To dye means also to paint. It uses paint in the fabric. So and it goes into the water. It's related to the environment that Claudia said. So the process. And we don't say to paint a fabric. They say to dye. In to dye, it's a little bit different than the word to dye, morrer. The spell is different, but it means to paint, to use paint. That's my answer.
It's die like this, like I said on the chat, right? DYE. You're muted. Você tá mutado.
Okay, sorry. I think it's the correct way. Yes, the same sound, but the spelling is different. To dye, to paint something.
Oh my God, you are enriching our conversation with your words because
Okay.
I
It means the same.
didn't
It
remember
means
this.
it means the same to paint, but sometimes you can't say to paint. To paint a tecido, you have to say to dye, but with this spelling, DYE.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. And okay.
Thank you for bringing this on me. And Sydney, what do you think about this question? Why do you think people buy a lot of trendy clothes?
Yeah, for me, I totally agree what you said, guys. I think Claudia said that it's very convenient, and I agree with her. I think, like you said, Sarah, to attend some psychology things in order to the people they want to belong for some groups. They use these things to express the ideas, their preferences. I think, like Romy said, about the art they used to, the painting, things like that. I think also it's related about the influence. I think social media influence a lot. The people, I think the trends today it's changed so fast, so right now the people they are wearing some kind of clothes with some colors, and then after some months it's changed a lot, and they used to change all of their wardrobes, so things like that. And about the next question about the hiring costs. Yeah, the hiring costs for me, exhibit take the example of the poor country. I think the inequality, that this country use the hand of the poor people like slavers, slavery them, pay them a low salary to in long hours, working in this poor condition. I think it's a kind of human exploration. Another thing is a kind of the environment. So it's bring some damage for the environment, so a big impact, a kind of the water consumption. I have heard that each a paint, a trouser use, I don't know, maybe 50, 100 liters per trousers, so a t-shirt, I think maybe there is a kind of account to assume to produce a t-shirt, how many liters of the water it use, and also to spread this kind of pollution in the atmosphere and be used to. For example, to China spread some, I think house green gases, and it could affect Antarctica. Used to it helped to increase the speed of smell. I think it's smell, not the melt of the ice. So all these things that I think, in my opinion, are the hiding costs.
For sure. It's a cycle, like Claudia said, the environmental costs, and like you described, China is
Yeah,
producing these gases, these greenhouse gases.
yeah,
And one other thing that I thought is that since we started buying from that famous brand in China that a lot of women buy, we stop we we stop, but we slow. A gente diminui the buy of clothes here in Brazil, for example. So we stop putting more money in our own brands.
yes.
Let's go to question number 3, guys. When it comes to your wardrobe, do you prefer to have a large quantity of clothes with many options or a smaller quantity of high quality, long-lasting items? Almir.
Okay, I prefer the second part, a smaller quantity of high quality, long lasting items. Okay, a smaller quantity of long lasting items, although they are mostly more expensive, in my opinion, because of the quality. But I prefer. But it's not so easy to find. To go to some stores, popular, let me use this word, popular stores, full, crowded, full of people. You won't find more this kind of clothes. You have to go maybe to into a fancy store anyway. But you're going to pay some more, but you have something that will last for a long time.
For
That's
sure.
it.
And maybe you have to, nowadays, I think it's one more thing that you need to do is even in more expensive stores, you need to look at the fabric to see if it is a high quality fabric. Because, like Sydney said, we have a lot of clothes being fabricated with the same fabric, cheap fabric, than the cheap brands. But the only difference is that they put their brand, the fancy brand in the t-shirt, and we pay more.
You mean to say that we don't know if they are fake or the original one? Maybe.
No,
Is that
that's you. I meant to say that even in expensive brands, they also use cheap fabrics, some of them. They also buy the cheap clothes from China, for example, and they just alter them and put their brand and sell them to us, pretending like they have a big quality. Do you know what I mean?
As I understood, we are in a dead end, so there is no other way around. So what we can do, I don't know. I
We can
understood, yes.
learn more how to uh, we can learn more about fabrics and the acabamento to try to identify if they are a good quality and they deserve that price that they are charging, you know? It's an option.
I understand your point that we need to do that, but mostly women do that. Men don't do that.
Men don't do that.
Men don't want to take time for that. I will be fair and square with you, and that's it. Be fair and
For
square.
sure, for sure.
Ser justo e sincero.
I don't even do that. I need to go out with my mom so she can recognize good fabric to let me know because I don't know fabric. Claudia, what do you think?
I definitely prefer a smaller wardrobe with high quality. having fewer items make it easier to choose what to wear. Okay? And it helped me value each piece more. So I use it a lot of times the same piece. Okay? I think I am a minimalist person. High quality clothes usually last longer. In my opinion, fit better. Of course, you have to pay more for them. And I look a lot. I look for a lot stores with high quality clothes because I think I do it 2 years. I don't buy every month or every year. So eu gasto sola de sapato to looking for a good store, okay? It's a more sustainable way to consume fashion, reduce waste and overproduction, and you don't need to pay a lot, but you have to pay with consciência sometimes. I think it's better all the time, but we know that's impossible. But almost the time you need to use your conscience to buy something. That's it.
For sure. And the price that fast fashion charges is very appealing. For me, it
Yeah.
is very appealing because I don't stop to do that math. Buy expensive clothes, but they are lasting longer. I don't do that right away. I just look at the price and I see, oh my God, I need to have this t-shirt because it's very cheap, you know? It messes
Yeah,
with your
it's very
brain.
difficult to change the mindset, but it's be possible. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. You can.
Nice, nice. Sydney, what is your opinion? What do you prefer in your wardrobe?
Yeah, to be honest, I prefer a little the both of them, the large quantity of clothes, but it's because I nowadays I have a lot of clothes, but I sometimes how can I say, I divide them. Of course, I divide them to stay at home, to to go out nearby my house or to go out for some different place, fancy restaurants, this kind of place. Sometimes I go to the office with my own clothes without the uniform, to attend some specific meetings, this kind of thing. But what I can see clearly is that how the quality is changing a lot, So today, after some, I think, washings, I think we can see clearly that the color, that the size of the clothes, it's changing. So it's impossible to have the same for a long time. I have some clothes that I bought in my teen, teen years when I was my 20, when I was study at university with my 20s, 21. So I still have this kind of clothes, but I kept it in my wardrobe because it had for me a kind of feelings, sentimental things, but it don't fit my body anymore because I'm talking about 20 years ago, so it's so long, but it's still the same, the color, the quality of it. Yeah, I think today to find this kind of clothes, I think it's very hard.
Yes, for sure. I agree with you. I feel like the quality of the clothes decrease recently because I don't know if it's something in my mind, but all of our t-shirts here starts very fast to
Yeah,
lose this elastic in the gola. I don't know how to say that. It's more fast than it was 10 years ago.
yeah, that's it.
All right, guys, let's go to question number 4. What are your thoughts on buying secondhand or vintage clothes? Is the main appeal the unique style, the lower price, or the sustainability? Do you guys buy secondhand clothes or you don't like it? Almir.
I have never bought the second-hand clothes, but I think you may have a unique style, something that only you have, so you can even brag. People will get close to you and, oh, where did you buy it? I would like to have one of these. No way, you won't find it anywhere else. So it's only me, and and the price may be low. I don't know, and that's my opinion. It's good that you can have a piece of cloth like a heavy jacket and in your own unique style, the only you have, and you like it a lot. That's my short answer.
For sure, for sure. You have a one of a kind thing. It's a good. What do you think, Claudia? What's your opinion? And do you buy it in brechós?
I like the idea of buying second-hand clothes, but where I'm living now, and it's a small town, we don't have so many. Actually, I don't know a brechó here, but when I lived in São Paulo, I usually used it to buy in second-hand stores, brechós. For me, the main appeal is a mix of sustainability and uniques. Okay, each piece often has a story, and different style. So it's different from a regular store, in my opinion. Of course, it's environmentally friendly. It's a good choice because of this. But sometimes I miss when I live in São Paulo city to to buy any brechós, some brechós from there. Of course, it's often much cheaper, mais barato, né? Cheaper, and it can be another great advantage to buy in the second hand. So that's it.
For sure. I've heard that São Paulo has a good brechós, and
Yeah,
some of them they are not very cheap because they sell a lot of rare pieces and pieces of big brands, so you
yeah,
pay
big brand.
more.
Hmm.
But
But
like
you
Almi
have to
said,
looking for you have to
yes, you have to look
walking a
for
lot and looking for the some
exactly and
stores.
have imagination too, because sometimes you can buy that clothes and sew, costurar, and fix some things and make it better for you. So you gotta have imagination. I don't have that. I don't have that patience. I like to go in a store and see on the mannequin the conjunto, the clothes pronta, you know? Sydney, what do you think?
Yeah, I think about this question, I have heard that uh, there are kind of group of people, especially young people, that they have this kind of desire, to wear this kind of vintage fashion. I have heard that the daughter, the Xuxa's daughter, I forgot her name. She starts to wear this kind of clothes, and then after some months, she release her own fashion, So she had a kind of objective to attract the people, to look her preferences, and then I think she used this kind of strategy to release her own brand. But I think, like Claudia said, I think in some place it's more common than others. I think in Belo Horizonte it's not so usual. It's more usual in some noble places, the south part of Belo Horizonte, where the people who have more money, they used to live there. I think there the people can find some original, clothes like Levi's trousers, this kind of jackets with these fancy brands. So they can find it, but I think in the suburban areas, it's a little rare, and the people who choose to buy it in this suburban area just to attend their financial condition, But sustainability, I don't think so. I think, yeah, the people are discussing a lot about it, but it's very rare, It's rare to find someone that choose to buy this kind of clothes just to attend this kind of, sustainability and to help the environment and things like that.
For sure, for sure. I don't know anyone in my friends and family who only buys or majority buys in brechós. I don't know how to say brechós in English. Like you said, maybe it's not very sustainable if you think that nobody's buying every day on a brechó. We buy one piece and the rest of them we buy in regular stores. Nice thoughts. All right, guys, let's go to question number. Forgot. 5. What do you typically do with your clothes when you no longer want them? Do you donate them, sell them, throw them away, or try to repurpose them? Almir.
Okay, I try not to throw them away. I prefer to donate, but it depends. If the clothes are in a very bad condition, I wouldn't walk around in a raggedy outfit, in a raggedy style. Although I have seen a lot of people using raggedy clothes, uh, raggedy would be esfarrapado. Anyway, but if the clothes is in very bad condition, I maybe I would turn them into rags, into rags to use in the house, trapos. Yes, I wouldn't donate a very a clothing in a very bad condition. I wouldn't do that. And that is the word raggedy. I don't know if you knew this word. No,
I've never
raggedy.
heard raggedy or
Let
rag.
me Raggedy. That's how can I
R-A-G-G.
send? No, now you have it. Raggedy,
Nice. Oh my God, thank you so much.
raggedy clothes, raggedy style, raggedy outfit.
It's
But
like
I've seen a lot of people walking esfarrapado.
esfarrapado.
Um, I don't know.
I love it. You are a ambulante dictionary. Okay, that's it. Did you answer? Did you told us your complete answer? Do you have anything to add?
Oh yes, I have finished that. No, I'm not. I'm not a dictionary. I just know a few words here and there, but
I
that's it.
love it.
Sometimes I go blank. I forget a lot, and sometimes it comes from deep back in the brain. It comes, and it's good. It adds to the conversation.
Do you
Okay,
usually
Sarah.
uh, calma aí rapidinho. Tá me ouvindo?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Travou aqui. Do you usually study before the meeting? Do you read the questions and study, or do you remember these words and you feel
Now
like
this
you have to?
word, I just remembered this word. I had a friend from the United States, and we used to chat on through the internet. And her nickname was Raggedy Ann. Her name was Ann, and I never forget this woman. and she used this nickname Raggedy Ann, Ana a Esfarrapada. Anyway, so means it is related to a doll or a girl, a little girl. It is Raggedy Ann is the name of a doll in the United States. Uma boneca esfarrapada, maltrapilha. Anyway, so that is this word.
Nice, nice. It's funny how our brains connect stuff like how it's important to be in touch with the culture. For example, your friend Raggedy Ann, it was just a nickname, but you remember her name very clearly and it fits very good in this theme. Nice, guys. All right, we were in question number 5. Almir just answered. Now, please, Claudia. Yes.
Whenever possible, I prefer to donate my clothes. But now, a few months ago, I connected to a website called Enjoy, so you can sell your old clothes, a good clothes, but old one, to in the internet with more safe than you sell to someone in touch directly. Okay. So sometimes I sell items online. I rarely throw clothes away because, as Almir said, it's not a good idea. But also I started I don't know how to say, customizing the pieces. Okay. Turning an old piece shirts, for example, into a cleaning or different one, different color. You have to pen or to costurar, eu esqueci. A gente falou agora, né?
To sew.
To sew. So, which feels creative. I think it's very good to my mind as well. So I'm not working right now, so I need to improve my other qualities at home.
Do you know how to sew very well? Do you usually do this?
Very well is strong to say, to say, okay, but I try. It's not so the worst one, so I can do it. Okay? I'm
Oh my
practicing
God.
to be okay.
Nice. My dream is to sew very well. I am a negação. My husband sews better than me because my mother-in-law is a costureira. She sews wedding dresses, so she's a very good. How to say costureira, Almir? Please help me. Do you know? Let me Google
I
it.
think it's seamstress. Uh, seamstress.
Seamstress. Yes,
Is that
needlewoman
correct?
or dressmaker. Yes, it's correct.
Seems I remember, so I'm not so
Oh my
bad.
God.
Seamstress, yes.
So my mother-in-law is a seamstress and she taught him how to sew. He's better than me. I am very bad. All right, Sydney, what about you? Do you usually sell your clothes, donate them? What do you do with them?
No, I never sell them. I always find a way to wear it, at last. But if I used to wear it for a long time. I try to repurpose it, to make a reposition in my wardrobe. So the clothes that I wear to go out for some place, then after 2 or 3 years, I used to reposition it and wear it in my house or nearby here in my district. Then after some years, always in a good condition, I try to donate it in some places, for some people that have this kind of urgencies. But I never try to sell it. I think, yeah, Claudia said, I mentioned a famous website, platform, Enjoy. I tried some time to find a t-shirt for my son. It's a Atlético Mineiro t-shirt that's very expensive, that football t-shirts. And also his t-shirt is so tight for him because he grew up, and I would like to find it to save some money, because to find us some this kind of t-shirt, football t-shirts is very expensive. The original one, I'm saying.
Very expensive. My husband has this expensive hobby to buy team t-shirts.
Oh,
I don't like
really?
this hobby.
I have 7 Atlético Mineiro t-shirts.
Oh my.
Yes. But all of them, I bought it from some promotion, no? Not in
Yes,
okay, it's so crazy, the price of this t-shirt.
it's very expensive. But yeah, like people collect chaveiros and moedas. I have a husband that collects team t-shirts. Cada um com seu hobby. All right, guys, let's go to question number 6. What is the psychological effect of wearing a uniform for work or school? How does it change the way we feel about ourselves and our identity? Almir.
To use a uniform, I think it can create a sense of unity, a sense of belonging, and there is no competition on the trendy clothes that people are a lot more competitive nowadays. I don't know. Whatever you think about, people are always competing, even about clothes. So if there is a uniform, um, it gives a sense of belonging, the equality, and the unity. I don't know. That's my answer.
That's a good point. Very good point. I remember in school we had uniforms when we compete over who has the best mochila, the best notebook, caderno. So we can find ways to compete, even if we are using uniforms. Claudia, what do you think?
I think wearing a uniform can have both positive and negative effects. One hand, it creates a sense of belonging, as Almir said, and since everyone looks the same, of course. And on the other hand, it might limit self-expression. Nowadays, I think it's practical to wearing a uniform to work, to go to the school, but sometimes I think it might limit self-expression as well. Personally, I think uniforms are, as I said, practical, uh, but it's important to still small ways to express your personality. As you said, a mochila, a tennis, or something so different between your friends or your co-workers.
For sure, for sure. When we are teenagers and we want to fit in some groups, we find a way to customize our uniforms. I remember this.
Yeah.
Sydney, what do you think? What is your opinion?
Yeah, for me, let's say about the school, I think the uniform used to identificate, about identification of a student that belongs for some school, in some urgencies that people can help them. I think inside the school it prevents this kind of competition, like you said, guy. But the people used to do, they used to compete with other things. But I think in a company, full work, I adore to wear uniforms because, I think we used to save some money and some to buy our own clothes. Like I said, for some specific moments, for example, in a formal meeting with different clients, if you used to wear a different clothes, a formal clothes, a suit, But yes, normally I agree with this. Uh, yes, I think yes, that's it.
Nice, nice. And I think also a uniform when you are a client and you're being provided a service from a company and the the funcionário is wearing a uniform, it passes the image of a more organized company when they are using everybody's using a uniform. I prefer. Let's go to our last question, guys. We have 2 minutes. Question number 5. How much attention do you pay to the label on a piece of clothing that says where it was made? Does this information influence your decision to buy it? Cláudia.
I do pay attention to the label, okay? Especially to see where the clothes was made and what material were used, okay? If I notice something was made in country, for poor labor conditions, of course we don't know all the situations, but you have a lot of information in media nowadays, so it's very easy to know about it. And it makes me think twice before buying. So I also prefer natural fabrics and national fabrics, something like made in Brazil, made in by my neighborhood. Okay. So when I live in a small town, it's easier to know someone who can do it by handmade, I think, fala, né? So that's it.
Nice. What do you think, Amir? What is your opinion?
Okay, I go along with Claudia. I don't pay much attention to the label. I only look for the quality of the clothes, and I search for some defect that must be in the piece of cloth, defect and the alignment, those things. The I don't look at the label. I look to see the price, of course. Okay, just that.
All right. And finally, what about you, Sydney?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I don't buy this kind of idea to focus on labels and where it was made. I think also this kind of preconception that some people have about, it was made from Thailand, where the people are poor, they work in the middle of the jungle. So there are also a lot of preconception about us Brazilians. So it's a kind of things that it's not fit my idea. I think I prefer to choose this kind of clothes that fit my necessities and the preference or personalities, And like Omi said, the price is I think that is very we used to focus a lot.
Nice, nice, for sure. The price is the main thing, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for being with me today. Have a good week. Thank you, Almir, for the rich vocabulary that you brought. And thank
Okay,
you, Sydney,
Sarah.
Claudio, for the
Sarah,
contribution.
I have a question. I saw the material area. Sara Falconieri. Is it you, the same?
Yeah, it's me.
Because for me it shows Sara Romagnol. Romagnol.
Yes, I
So
don't
you
know
have
why. I have two last names, Sara Romael Falcone.
no, that's good. Okay, just that. But let's get back to to finish what we were talking about. It was very nice and very good, and I
I'm
knew
glad.
a lot more about clothing.
And we learn a lot about clothing with your words. I love it. I have all of them typed here so I can put them on my vocabulary.
It's nice to jot down new words. Jot down, note down. Jot down is the same. Write down.
Nice. Até
Sometimes
no
they say
final você
jot
joga uma
down.
palavra.
You don't know this one? Jot down?
Jot down, não.
Jot
Write down,
down.
I know.
Let jot down. Now you have jot down.
Oh,
It's the same. Anotar, fazer anotações. Write down, jot down, note down. They use that a lot. Jot down.
nice, nice. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Almi, for the vocabulary. Bye bye. Thank you so much.